Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon, all my friends and great lecturer, Dr. Malik Abdullah. So in this occasion, in online platform, we are from 10th group from discourse analysis class, are going to delivering content material that is about concerning the capitalism and perspective of critical discourse analysis. So our group consisting of two members, Rizky Ramadan and me, Naufal Alam. So let's just stick to our presentation. Okay, so it is about our topic today is about the understanding the new management ideology. It's a transdisciplinary contribution from critical discourse analysis and the new sociology of capitalism. Okay, next slide. So in this occasion, we are going to delivering a material that is consisting 3 points, that is about a management ideology and transdisciplinary research in CDA, also about sociology of capitalism. So first, we are going to give you an explanation about the management ideology concerning spirit of capitalism. So basically, it can be some as the way a system of ideas is shaped and aimed and maintained based on the dynamics of order. So management ideology in this concern is relating to the insight of system as well in a mode of capitalistic, mainly in scoping the stakeholders like managers, leaders, and the people that is involving in capitalistic industry. And moreover, this management ideology concentrates on the construction, organization, and justification within the run of its companies. Okay, next. So the second topic is about the second subtopic about transdisciplinary research in CDA. So this frame, this presentation is underlined by frame of CDA. So within transdisciplinary frame, drawing the new range of ideas that is based on the selected range of discipline and critics. So contemplating this topic in 10 presentation is underlying a transdisciplinary research, which is making from a disciplinary and a theoretical tradition. So we have sociology of capitalism, economic sociology, and of course CDA. So in the insight of the discipline sociology, it is drawn based on a Weberian sociology, which is on the emergence of capitalism, individuals that shape society and led to the capitalism. Next point. So this point is the core section. That is what is a sociology of capitalism. So this is other various range on discipline sociology with its long discussing or analyzing capitalistic realm with its constituents like the society, the institution, so the individuals. So it is about the study of sociology that features capitalism as an economic system in its own right on the boards, the banks, markets, and other economic institutions that make up the core of the economy. So this idea also explains about the observation of individuals and middle-range phenomena. Besides studying the outlines, the basis, a connection between different parts of the economy, and how the whole economic process hangs together. Okay, next. So we have entered the spirit of capitalism. So this is the ideology in that realm. So this is basically an ideology that upholds the people's commitment to capitalism as this capitalistic system that can transform the world. In this sense, capitalism has tendencies, or perhaps characters, in which involves the life of individuals in the society that shapes social classes. And as an addition, I will add that the accumulation of wealth, competition, and you can say exploitation as well, tend to describe what capitalistic world looks like. Okay, next. So we talk about the sociology from the perspective of Max Weber. So according to Weber in sociology, spirit of capitalism is spirit of capitalism intends to draw about the legitimation on the process of accumulation and tend to constrain it. So in this discussion, spirit of capitalism mode serves justification for the capitalism itself and the criticism that attack the gap, the gap between the realization of accumulation and normative conceptions of social order. So this is what Marx and Scanter discovered before about the character of capitalism that lead to the transformation in per se as the shape of social order. So the next is within the process of capitalism and with the contemplation of the ideology, it raises three implicit questions. So the capitalistic idea is about to contemplating what is stimulating about the involvement of capitalism and how does it provide security and how does it assure justice. Okay, next. And then we have historical changes in capitalistic realm. So through historical view, there are three historical changes that appeared particularly in Western Europe since 19th century. It is a form of spirit. The first spirit is end of 19th century. It's like a domestic form of capitalism. The second spirit in 1930 to 1960, its form of idealism is large and integrated form. So it is developed from the 19th century. And the third spirit, we can say it is from 1980s to nowadays. So we can assume that this is a modern form of a capitalistic realm. Okay. We have discussed about the background, historical changes, also the ideology, the management and so it is about the CDA and discourses as the discipline or interdisciplinary that bring our discussion. So in CDA, it puts its concerns that deal with the critical tradition of social analysis into language studies. So CDA also contributes to critical social analysis, particularly focused on discourse with the relations between discourse and other social elements. So it is about like interdisciplinary, which is the CDA is interdisciplinary, that is collab with another discipline. So it is in the frame of a transdisciplinary. So about the linkage with critical social analysis, it is divided into two critics, is normative and explanatory. And in normative critique in social analysis, it's not only brings description but also evaluation. And explanatory critique brings a robust explanation about the reality. In this context, the reality of socialism, social form of capitalistic realm. So in CDA, there is a semiosis as well. That is core point. There is an element that immanent in social process and dialectically related to others. I mean, dialectical relation is that discourse internalizes and it is internalized by other elements without being reducible. So in this issue, like social relation, power, institution, beliefs, ideas, doctrines, and cultural values are in part of semiotic. Okay. Well, CDA not just put its point in the semiosis, but also on relation. That is dialectical between semiotic and other social elements. This character of relationship varies between institutions and organization according to time, place, and others need to be established in analysis. So in CDA approach, the focus of the analysis is on track the correlation structure events within each between semiotic and other elements. Also, in addition, there are three aspects of the linkage of semiosis to other social elements and social events. The first linkage is facets of action, representation of the world, constitution of identities is the last linkage. So there are three semiotic categories which are corresponding with this linkage, that is genre, discourse, and style. Okay, in the inside of discussion in our topic, there is so-called order of discourse, which is drawn from the discourse or semiotic aspect of social order. So this leads to the way diverse genres, discourses, and styles are interlinked together. So discourses includes imaginaries as well. It is referring to the representations about how things might or could should be. And within this topic, keys of knowledge in economy, knowledge in society can be stated as imaginary. Okay, the next presentation will be delivered by my peer, Rehan.
Okay, thank you,
Time is
Noval.
yours.
Okay, thank you, Noval. And in this occasion, I will talk about the fairness dimension of the spirit of capitalism, or we can say the society model. Boltanski and Chiapello used a theoretical construct that Luc Boltanski had developed together with Laurent Devenat in an earlier publication. It called the justificatory regime model, or we can say inference with society, and designed with a view to highlighting the condition that make it possible to say whether an evaluation or distribution of goods was being done in a fair and legitimate manner. Jadi dalam poin ini Boltanski dan Chiapello dulu menggunakan konstruksi teoritikal yang dikembangkan oleh Luc Boltanski bersama Laurent Devenat dalam publikasi sebelumnya. Dan untuk publikasi ini kita bisa menyebutnya dengan the justificatory regime. Konstruksi ini dirancang dengan maksud untuk menyoroti keadaan yang memungkinkan untuk mengatakan apakah evaluasi atau distribusi barang sudah dilakukan dengan adil dan cara yang sah. Dan Boltanski dan Devenot menyebut perintah sah ini dengan sebutan cites yang mengacu pada filosofi politik klasik yang objeknya adalah desain tatanan yang sah berdasarkan prinsip keadilan dan berpendapat bahwa mereka dapat digunakan untuk mencapai kesepakatan serta untuk mendukung kritik. Nah, ini kita bisa dilihat di sini ya, they identified 6 justificatory regimes. Untuk melawan filosofi politik yang biasanya dicoba untuk menjangkar tatanan sosial dalam satu prinsip, mereka berpendapat dalam masyarakat modern yang kompleks, beberapa rezim yang membenarkan dapat berdampingan dalam latar sosial yang sama, meskipun relevasinya sangat bergantung dengan situasi. And they identified 6 justificatory regime into 6 points. The inspirational society, the domestic society, the society of renown, the civic society, the market society, and the industrial society. In terms of justificatory regime or sites, dimension of justice of the first period of capitalism depends mainly upon the domestic and market regimes, whereas the industrial and civic regimes become more salient in the second. Rezim pembenaran atau justificatory regime ini juga dijelaskan menggunakan grammar dasar yang menjelaskan satu sama lain. Untuk poin-poinnya ada 3, ada an equivalency principle, a state of greatness, a format of investment, and a paradigmatic test. Now we were going to talk about analysis of sample text. Boltanski and Chiapello point out that this type of literature aim at informing managers about the latest innovations in managing enterprises and people is one of the main places of inscription of the spirit of capitalism. The sample text is thus a good example of the many texts which contribute to the constitution and inculcation of the new spirit of capitalism. Jadi Boltanski dan Schiapello ini berorientasi kepada bahasa kapitalisme yang baru, melihat setiap society atau rezim yang membenarkan terkait dengan kosakata yang spesifik dalam istilah kategori-kategori grammar dari setiap society yang bisa dijelaskan. Now we gonna talk about genre and style. Dalam genre ini kita bisa melihat uraian singkat pada sampul buku dapat memberikan pengertian awal dari genre. Dan untuk genre ini terbagi menjadi 3 bagian. Ada in part 1 is a variety of challenge. Part 2 is implikasi pada bisnis dengan kedatangan internet dan mengidentifikasi cara terbaik untuk mengimplementasikan prinsip-prinsip e-culture. Dan untuk yang part 3 ada menyediakan panduan praktek untuk berubah. Dan untuk di bagian style sendiri ini isinya untuk mengulik sedikit yang diproyeksikan pada teks oleh penulis. Untuk yang poin analisis tadi juga Boltanski dan Schiapello menunjukkan bahwa tipe literatur ini bertujuan untuk menginformasikan para manajer tentang inovasi terbaru dalam mengatur perusahaan-perusahaan dan orang-orang. Dan juga merupakan salah satu poin utama yang diabadikan dalam semangat kapitalisme. Meskipun sebagai ideologi dominan, kapitalisme mempunyai kapasitas umum untuk memasukkan perwakilan mental pada masa politik dan di kursus persatuan, perdagangan, jurnalis, penelitian, dan sebagainya. Untuk poin diskurs akan dilanjutkan oleh Mas Noval, silahkan. Silakan Mas Noval.
Oh yeah, okay, thank you, Rehan. So we have entered the discourses. So as we know that we are discussing about a critical discourse analysis, we can exclude the discourses. So in this case, the spirit of capitalism is an order of discourse, as is stated on the previous slide. The discourses are dialectically connected, so there is an internal relationship. Its elements, social elements, the discourse that is dialectically enacted in action models that partially semiotic character that the method of discourse is on the mode of genres. So as an addition, furthermore, this is dialectically infused in identities. So it means that again, in semiotic indication of discourse in styles, and the dialectical movements continues as these enactments are ongoingly and diversely represented in new discourses. So the discourses that deal with this issue can be reflected into two sides, as Rehan stated before, so which are inspirational and connections. So this is two reflection from the discourses. Well, on each discourse includes subjects, participants, actions, attribution of the subject, objects, and values. Okay, so I think this is the last slide. So I think this is the end of our presentation from 10 group. So, well, as the closing, sorry and apologize for all mistakes or actions did could be an obscurity in our presentation. So we say sorry and thank you for watching. Thank you for contemplating our presentation. Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you very much.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.